Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ballistic here from the BBTFRG, and in this video I am going to be showcasing my 4 non-IT accounts that I am running this season. They all started from level 1, none of them have IT. I did it just as a matter of interest, just to see how far I could get. This one, Muppet Marv, this started its journey yesterday. I started from level 1, so I maxed out the landing craft. As soon as I got my first rank chest, I was able to max out the heavies, which then basically gave me a clean path into stone. By the time I made stone tier, I had my cannons maxed, I had the defences all up to tick 4, Zookas were at tick 1, they'll be the next thing that I sort of invest in before I look to go tick 3, but we'll cover that very shortly. And this was the layout that I was using. My attacks were basically just all heavy rushing, so this one I've dropped 2 boats of heavies to take care of that ER and 6 boats of heavies. No flare, there's no GBA ability, so you could almost just go and put the kettle on, make cup tea, as long as you've got your your landing craft max first, so you've got all your heavies and you've got your heavies maxed as soon as possible, you should pretty much win. So there, he's got all his defences clustered, so I just dropped all the heavies at once. He's only got 5, although the cannons are maxed, he's only got 5 cannons, so we get those pretty much down together. Once the cannons are done, that's any threat that the base had out of the way, then we wipe those out. That's kind of how I've been starting off. Now I'm going to pop over to a different account to show you where I've kind of gone from here. So over onto my Llama account now. This one has got all the max defences. As you can see, this is kind of like the next step from Muppet Marv account. This one's kind of got its defences. I'm starting to max them out now. Sniper towers to max. I need to put some love into the rocket launchers. But from here, I will be going into 3 ER before I put love into the rocket launchers. Now, I believe that I've got enough keys and tokens now to become all the way along to artillery and to max out artillery. That's important because I will need to be barting out an ER at 3 ERs. I'll also have enough to come down here, I think, to flare. I might be a few keys short of flare, but if I get one rank chest with barting out an ER, then I'll be able to pick up the flare, and then I'll be able to heavy rush and flare, and that should be able to help me progress through sort of 14, 15 into gold, hopefully. The attacks here have been a little bit different. With these, he's got the 7 cannons, so what I've been doing with this one is 6 boats of heavies, 2 boats of Zookas, heavy Zooka, very stagger drop the heavies so that they kind of bleed into the battle slowly. Biggest threat to these is the mines. Depending on where the mines are will depend on when you need to drop your heavies, because you're going to need your heavies to tank all those mines, because obviously one mine will kill a whole bunch of Zookas. You need to try and keep as many of those 2 boats of Zookas as live as possible in order to get through the base before the cannons and sniper towers and take out your meat shield. That principally is how I've been attacking 2 ER bases that have been a little bit higher levels. As you can see, Llama's at 14 now as opposed to 8, which was Muppet Marv. But moving on from here, so this is my Marauding Moose account, which is pretty much in the same state as the Llama account. 2 ERs up the back, practically the same layout. Tech tree is pretty much identical. I think on the last one I had max mortars and tick 4 sniper towers. This one I've got them round the other way, but it really doesn't make too much difference. I'm not quite sure whether I think I'm probably going to be jumping into 3 ER with this one, and I'll show you the reason why in a minute. The only other option I could do here would just be to keep this one tick 2 and then upgrade the med kits and the medics and the mortars and max out my rocket launchers. And max rocket launchers are a little bit harder to take on because they do take out your heavies, and when the opponent's got his base laid out right, you tend to kind of get a fizzle. I'm winning most of them on damage, but again, same thing as before. Delay drop the heavies, try and make sure that they tank all the mines, that once they're through, make hit the Zookas, it just makes taking the ERs down easier. So this one I got my 2 heavies down real quick, but slightly less delay time between the heavies on this one, so that I make sure that I've got some heavies out the front. So again, another 2 boats of heavies coming down there, and then the final boat of heavies, trying to make sure that I've got heavies to tank through those mines as well. Med kits on the Zookas as and when required, and then it's kind of hope and pray through the mines. Fortunately, we got enough girls through. I lost a few to those mines there, but then it's just medkits thrown. Medkits like a madman in order to try and keep some of those girls alive. You don't need many alive. There was just a couple of heavies there, just enough to distract that rocket launcher while the girls took down that final ER. Okay, now I'm going to pop over to my final non-IT account. here we are again with Shambolic Sheep. This is my last non-IT account. As you can see with this one, I jumped to 3ER, but I probably jumped a little bit too early when I had enough keys to jump to Flare. And as you can see by the log, I kind of then went on to lose a few. I think even one day and 2 hours ago, I was still attacking 3ERs, and I'm attacking people with the flamethrowers, in some cases tick 4, and all I've really got in terms of offense is heavy rushing. So by the time you get the heavies around the corner with nothing more than a med kit to protect them, I managed to get 1, 2. I managed to keep them all alive on that one. Yeah, now when you can do it, it's fine, it works, but obviously it's a high risk strategy, especially on a non-IT account. As you can see, I was then able to put 3 battles together before I had to wait for troops to recharge, which was 1 victory, 2 defeats, and then another 1 victory and 3 defeats. So 2 victories, 3 defeats in that kind of wave, and then it was wait for them to recharge a little bit more. I think at this stage I'd opened up Zookas and was attacking with Zookas, so like a heavy Zooka combination. Yeah, I went on to pick up building health and Kavan, although I haven't got flamethrowers yet. So that was all 3 boats of Zookas out to take out that front line of flamethrowers, and then just rifles on this one, trying to tank those mines, hitting second wind, and hope that there's enough of a meat shield that sort of survives around the corner to go through those mines. Like I said, I've got nothing else to take the mines out other than med kits to try and keep troops alive, and hope that I can just get enough Zookas to the finishing line to be able to take it down in a decent time, which I was able to do on that one. I'm not sure I'd really recommend this base. It's managed to do some. People have kind of heavy rushed it thinking that they can take out the random sniper tower, and the heavies have just run straight through those mines and kind of massively reduced the heavies. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this layout at 3ER at all. My 4 non-IT accounts, like I say, all started from level 1, all started day late, 2 days late, and in some cases a week late, and they are, well, 3 of them are seriously pushing on towards gold. Sheep won't be too long before he's at gold, and then my Muppet Marv account will catch them up fairly swiftly, I would have thought. But yeah, I will bring you, if you like the non-IT account videos, then please drop a like, drop a comment, and if we get enough interest in them, if I get enough interest from enough people in them, then I will start producing these non-IT ones a bit more regularly. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will catch you on the next one.